Welcome again to the big match, and a big match with a difference this week. With football just about wiped out everywhere yesterday, we hurried and scurried around the place to bring you a programme that is still brimming with great action. From the second division, it's Leicester City against Newcastle.
Playing against Blackley. All good skills and cockiness. Peak. Ah!
And from Scotland, it's Morton against Partick.
Over it comes. Knocked out in front by McAdam, headed back in, and it's under the bar. Knocked back in by McAdam and punched away for a corner.
And there's no shortage of goals from those two games. And here's where it's a different sort of programme, because this week, of course, we've had a golden opportunity to dip into our library. And we've come up with that marvellous Stanley Matthews final of 1953. They call it the greatest FA Cup final of the lot.
A royal congratulation for Stanley Matthews, and a winner's medal at long last are fitting rewards for the most dazzling sportsman in world soccer.
And at the end of the programme, another unforgettable game, and I'm going to keep you guessing about that one, enough to say that for skill and for excitement, it has to be the game of the 1970s. I urge you not to miss it. But first we go into the Midlands, where Leicester City's famous hot air bubble made their Filbert Street pitch absolutely perfect for the game against Newcastle United, where ATV's cameras caught up with the action, and where the commentator was Hugh Johns.
And it's something of a red-letter day for Steve Whitworth. His 350th appearance in a league match for Leicester City, the club he joined from Colville Grammar School some 12 years ago. A model of consistency. He's missed only 9 league games since first appearing in Leicester's Division 2 Championship side of 1971. But he's still looking for his first league goal. Could it happen today as he lines up in this unchanged Leicester side, which reflects the changes manager Jock Wallace is making? 2 of his 3 signings this season, Henderson and Smith, are Scots, and 6 of the side are not yet 21 years old. The baby of the team is little David Buchanan. Still an apprentice at 16, he only left school last summer. But in just 4 games, he's knocked in 2 goals, and having been born in Newcastle, he'd love to hit another today. Newcastle used 35 players last season, and manager Bill McGarry has used 24 this time so far, with changes every week. He brought 15 to Leicester and now names this side. It's a big shock for Terry Hibbert. He's dropped and replaced by Jamie Scott, his 2nd game this one, while Bird returns after injury at centre-half for Barton. Referee Keith Hackett from Sheffield, Pat Albert of Starbridge, Peter Stokely of Solihull for his linesman. It's the black and white stripes then of Newcastle United attacking the goal to our left. The blue jerseys, white shorts of Leicester City. Groundsman Jim Henshaw has done a marvellous job again here on this Filbert Street ground, providing a playing surface which from this height actually looks green. Quite remarkable. Bird missing that in the air. And a good attack building. Henderson for Leicester, back to Whitworth, looking for the long one in. Quickly booted away. Jamie Scott the ball on to Peter Wood. Wood picking up Robinson. And again Henderson. It's a bit late. Mitchell. Ken Mitchell started as a striker, now fullback. Peak. Skidding away from that challenge, but he was in fact brought down by Natras. The free kick given against Irving Natras. Whitworth over the ball. Big long chip, and Will is back there as May gets it in. And a shot, Mark Goodwin, a chance to have opened the scoring account here in what, the 2nd minute of the game. This was a good challenge by Larry May out on the far side, getting it across the box. And then this chance dropping to Goodwin, open goal and wide. Natras forward, Wellington's got to come. Whitworth having a real gallop. To Smith, can go again for Rofe. Oh, that was a bookable one, and Mick Martin is going to get it. Martin, who'd had a very, very firm word from referee Hackett earlier, really did go into that one. Here's Martin's challenge long after the ball's gone. So John O'Neill with the free kick. Looks for Henderson, early ball in, it was a good one too, Williams. Buchanan. And stand back for Peake. Yes! Andy Peake. That's his first goal. There was the free kick. This ball cut back beautifully. Williams in on a chase. Buchanan to the line. The goalkeeper did well, but Buchanan did better. And here comes Peake. So a peak performance as Leicester go into the lead. 10 minutes gone. Shoulder chasing it. With Parkinson. Robinson rather. It's down to Shoulder. Good cross. Oh, Wellington was a bit lucky then. What a fine cross ball from Alan Shoulder. And the pressure it exerts on Wellington is really quite remarkable. There's the cross, and now look at With coming in. Wellington had it, lost it against May, and only just got it back. That might be a good pass off Buchanan's back to Henderson. Buchanan going against Blackley. All good skills and cockiness. Peake. Ah! That was as unlucky as anybody could possibly be. Well, look at this for dead-eyed accuracy. Goalkeeper beaten a mile and back off the post. Poor Andy Peake. Well, given away, and Blackley is there. But in turn given away to Whitworth. Williams has beaten the offside trap. He's all right. He's okay. And Buchanan rams in the second goal. Nothing wrong with that one. So Dave Buchanan, who's been pinned in that offside trap so many times, knocks in Leicester's second. Williams beat the trap, and Buchanan just behind the ball as it played to him. An easy scoring chance, which he gratefully takes. Shoulder. Bird. Smith and O'Neill between them, stopping that attack. Buchanan wants it down. Brownlee is positioned. Oh, he did well. Robinson's cross. And Wellington gets it out, and he's off his line, and Mitchell's going to drive one, and it was right on target. Fullback did well, but then he was a striker until this season. He was bang on target with that shot. And it was knocked back, and a fine drive on target. And this ball knocked in to Shoulder. A half chance going in for Robinson. Not there. As the referee calls them off. Leicester then 2-0 up at half-time, with Andy Peake having knocked in the first one and Dave Buchanan knocking in the second to give Leicester a very, very commanding position here at half-time. It's Leicester now attacking that goal to our left with some determination. We start the second half. O'Neill forward. Henderson. Smith in there. Brownlee. An offside flag. Catching Peter With. Which rather surprised him. Roth then with the free kick. Henderson nicely down for Smith. Must drive it. Oh! Oh, Bobby Smith. What a fine shot that was, too. Henderson did awfully well there, and Smith sees just a half chance. Ping! Swerving away from the goalkeeper, beaten but wide. It's With. Foul by O'Neill. Newcastle want to make a substitution, bringing off Robinson to bring on Nigel Walker, the lad who scored the goal up at Newcastle earlier this season, the goal that Newcastle beat Leicester with, 1-0. So Walker, Gateshead lad, on, getting his first touch, and a shot from Martin, who's on target. It's about the first time that Wallington has had to scurry. Henderson the challenge, Bird the winner though. Now it's Walker, and Henderson has done himself an injury. He's down with a bad knee. Shoulder laying this one back to Bird. On to With. Now Natras. Martin. And in with a chance is Natras. And in with a goal is Irving Natras, and it's 2-1. And Newcastle really strung that one together very neatly. Irving Natras' second goal of the season, and it really was well worked. Tip-tap passing, Natras left in the last man, and he tucks it away neatly. Blackley. Good position, Whitworth. Crowd encouraging him to drive in and go on his own. Is it off instead to Buchanan? Buchanan, who has the support of Goodwin out there. And a shot from Whitworth. Oh! And Steve Whitworth very, very nearly got his first ever league goal in this is 350th league appearance. Oh, what a moment that would have been for him. This ball takes a twist as it goes to Hardwick, who misjudged it but gathered it in. With shielding the ball away from May. Back across. Bird to lay it off to Blackley. Ball into shoulder. Brownlee calling for it. Up for With to go for. Natras. No, there was pushing by Peter With earlier, and Peter With has showed rather too much dissatisfaction with that decision by referee Keith Hackett. And so Peter With gets himself a dissent caution card. The ball up from Brownlee. And the foul given against With, and that was what he didn't like. Well, the game will have to really spark into life in this last 10 minutes if we're going to have anything like the 5-3 game that was here last week. And Leicester beat Orient. But here's Goodwin setting up a Leicester attack. Christie back for Peake. And the ball driven hard off Blackley produces a corner for Leicester City. Andy Peake, 17 years old, made his debut as an apprentice and was on the Saturday and was immediately signed as a full pro on the Monday. Fitting reward. Bobby Smith, as usual, to take the corner kick. Leicester's 7th of the game. Oh, it's a good one too. And off the line from Buchanan. Smith to bang it in again. And still the pressure on Newcastle. And they finally get it away. Well, that was a beautiful near post corner from Bobby Smith. Whizzing in there. And it was Buchanan who got there, and it was Brownlee off the line. Martin in with shoulder. Martin once again. Shoulder. It's an awkward one for Wallington. Hit the bar. Walker. In there again as With goes in very, very bravely indeed. What genuine honesty from Peter With. Well, that was a dodgy moment for Leicester City. Shoulder. Wallington really didn't know where that one was. Lucky it came off the bar. And then Walker, when he does bang that up, look at the bravery of that header. Of course, I'm beginning to wonder now whether they can pull something out in the dying stages. May not able to play it back to his goalkeeper and is going to be robbed by Shoulder. No, Shoulder quite happy to let it go out and take the throw-in. With. And Whitworth gives the corner away, and the pressure building from Newcastle. And last desperate gamble. They're bringing people forward. They've left Blackley down the park. And Scotch halfway into the Leicester half, but everybody else is getting ready around the goal round, around the Leicester goal line. Shoulder takes the corner. It's their third of the game. O'Neill gets the head away, and there could be a break here for Leicester. Bobby Smith. Now he tried to beat one man too many. Newcastle with possession again, time to try and build something. Blackley. Shoulder. Back for McMartin. Ball in to Walker. Good drive into the comfort. Blackley. Oh! Well, John Blackley had the chance, or very nearly a chance. It was so slim, it was deflected to him. Walker, the ball is deflected to Blackley. He tried it first time. That was good goalkeeping by Wallington. Christie for Rofe. And for Goodwin, that was a good jump by Mitchell. And now Walker. But very small amount of injury time added on, and I watched less than 40 seconds, and I thought there was a fairly lengthy hold-up to Henderson. However, Leicester, with those two goals in the first half from Peake and Buchanan, go off winners here against Newcastle. The final score here, Leicester 2, Newcastle 1.
A defeat that was a blow for Newcastle's hopes of getting in amongst the top teams in the second division, where this top of the table shows that in fact the top three there, Brighton, Palace and Stoke, only separated by goal difference. West Ham in fourth place, interesting there, with games in hand on those above them. Sunderland and Fulham still very much in contention, and Newcastle now having slithered to 12th place in the table. I think perhaps we ought just to clear up that second Leicester City goal, which in the event turned out to be the winner. Was it offside or not? Steve Whitworth here on the ball in the centre circle. As he plays it forward, we're not able to see really whether the Leicester player is in an offside position actually when the ball is played, but you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the linesman. There's certainly no offside there as he plays the ball in. Buchanan was behind the ball, and indeed there were those two Newcastle defenders between him and the goal when it was put in. A really encouraging performance there by that young Leicester. 5 games only played in the Football League yesterday. Even worse in Scotland, only 3 up there. But Scottish television cameras nonetheless managed to focus up on one of them. It's the Premier Division match between Morton and Partick Thistle. Partick coming to the game in 4th place rather, Morton in 6th place. Our commentator is Arthur Montford, with Morton in the hoop shirts like QPR.
And towards Sumner. Sumner doing well to turn it across, and it's shot, and it's a great chance, and it should be a goal, and it is. McAdam scores. Morton in all sorts of trouble there. 6 minutes played. And Colin McAdam springs from defence into attack at just the right time, and Thistle take a shock 6-minute lead. So Morton's free kick just to the edge of the centre circle. Morton trying to build pressure into a goal. Thistle 1 up. Or floating it in. Looking a cross goal. McNeil, second chance. It's bobbing about, still dangerous, headed back in. Flicked in front of Ruff, and it's in. Jimmy Miller will get the credit. I think Miller got the final touch. But certainly John McNeil played a big part in it in distracting Ruff and getting his foot in. It started with a free kick. It was nicely flighted in by George Anderson. Thistle were in all sorts of trouble. Thompson was there, knocked it in towards goal, and as it crossed the line, Miller was there as well. Nice play there from Thompson. He's taking it rather early, might get a second chance. Nudge by Park on Thompson. Donald Park throwing the ball away in disgust, and with such an efficient referee as Brian McGinley, you really do that at your cost. George Anderson moving in. Straight in at the post and a goal. A Ritchie special. An Andy Ritchie special. 14 minutes to half-time, and a real touch of the magic Andy Ritchie. Ritchie pointing to the far side, inviting McLaren, Russell and Anderson to move in. Alan Ruff in the middle of his goal, looking for the cross ball. Ritchie spotted the gap at the near post, right-footed it from an incredible angle, wind assisted, the ball sped into the net. Brilliant goal from Andy Ritchie, his 15th of the season, and Morton, who were 1 down in 6 minutes, now lead 2-1. Houston coming across with Holmes. It's over the line, is it? Possibly a free kick for obstruction just outside the box. It looked as if Houston was being just kept off there by Anderson and Holmes. And the referee is in fact giving a non-scoring free kick for obstruction at the edge of the box, and the Morton penalty box really looks very busy at the moment. There it is, everyone it seems crowded in there as Donald Park lines up for this free kick. Thistle trailing 2-1. Over it comes, knocked out in front by McAdam, headed back in, and it's under the bar. Knocked back in by McAdam and punched away for a corner. An incredible stamashing as Burchick hopped. Looked as if McAdam's header first time was a scorer. It was sent back in by Anderson. McAdam again got to it, and Burchick just pawed the ball round the post, collided with the post. And it's a corner to Morton, who really are soaking up a lot of Thistle pressure at this stage in the match. Anderson there first. Here's Whittaker. Thistle's throw. This is Whittaker. Campbell. Good looking cross. Sumner down. Chance for Houston. And it's in the net, yes. Bobby Houston has equalised, and Thistle deserve it. Halfway through the second half, Bobby Houston makes it 2-2. It came from that long ball downfield from Jack Campbell. Campbell knocked it into the box. Sumner turned it wide. Houston moved in and got the ball in at the far post behind the injured Dave Burchick. And it's Morton 2, Partick Thistle 2, and a goal which Thistle fully deserve on their second half pressure.
Well, some odd goals to say the least, and a final scoreline of 2-2, and that's the end of our action from yesterday. But now it's time to tread down memory lane, and as you know, that's a journey we often enjoy taking. This time we've dug into the archives and headed straight for the match that remains the most requested by you. They call it quite simply the Matthews Final, that day at Wembley in 1953 when Stanley Matthews, getting on in his great career and still with no Cup Winners' medal to put with his many England caps, when Stanley Matthews and Blackpool took on Bolton Wanderers at Wembley, the 1953 FA Cup Final, the Matthews Final.
Princess Margaret takes her seat, and Blackpool, facing a slight headwind, kick off. Right away, Blackpool are on the attack, but a Bolton player gets to it and tries to swing play back to the other end. Now Bolton get going smoothly. Hassel collects and passes. The ball goes to Nat Lofthouse. He shoots. Farm fumbles, and it's a goal. Bolton have drawn first blood within 90 seconds. Blackpool swing into action again and are soon down by the Bolton goal. Stan Morton has a slam. And in it goes. Blackpool have got the equaliser. Now Stanley Matthews takes over. He passes, but there's no goal this time, as goalie Hansen clears it away and starts a Bolton counter-attack. Eric Bell, who injured his leg earlier on, gallantly struggles after it and manages to pass it back to Langton. Langton shoots, but Farm makes a good save, and Blackpool breathe again. Bolton have looked the better team right the way through the first half. In the Blackpool goal, Farm faces a shot from Langton. He and Lofthouse miss, and there's another one. Bolton are 2, Blackpool still 1. Into the second half, and Blackpool begin to show some of the skill we expect of them. Stan Matthews is after it, and off he goes with a dazzling display that proves he's as good as ever he was. As he centres, Mortensen gets out of the way to let Perry shoot, but it's wide of the net. Now the Wanderers get their forward machine moving again. From the right wing, Douglas Holden centres, and despite his injury, Eric Bell heads it in for Bolton's third goal. 3-1, looks all over for Blackpool. As unworried as ever, Matthews sends over a beautifully placed centre. Goalkeeper Hansen tries to check it, but Stan Mortensen forces it in. Bolton 3, Blackpool 2. Mortensen's hurt his right leg, but wild horses couldn't keep him off the pitch at this stage of the game. There's a foul. One of the players took quite a knock, and the ref awards Blackpool a free kick. Mortensen takes it. He's done it. It's in. Blackpool and Bolton are on even terms with 3 goals apiece. The great little wizard has it again. A flick to centre finds Perry, who crashes it home into the Bolton net. Blackpool 4, Bolton 3. There's no doubt about it now. Matthews, recently ignored by the England selectors, is the man of the match. What a great reception he gets from all at Wembley as the whistle goes. Matthews, in his 3rd cup final, is the hero of the day. Their captain, Harry Johnston, receives the most coveted football trophy of them all. A royal congratulation for Stanley Matthews and a winner's medal at long last are fitting rewards for the most dazzling sportsman in world soccer. The Queen waves a last farewell to the crowds as Harry Johnston and Stanley Matthews take the cup to Blackpool.
Pictures there from 1953 that I'm sure will have stirred a few memories this afternoon. And interestingly enough, there's an article about Sir Stanley Matthews in today's News of the World by Frank Butler. You might be interested to know that Stan has just celebrated his 64th birthday. And in fact, he's been coaching in South Africa recently. He plans to coach in America this summer, and he still turns out for the odd game for the local post office team in Malta, but not, I imagine, with quite the same effect that we saw there. Mystery game that I told you about at the start of the programme, and really it is one of the most exciting and skillful that I've ever had the pleasure of seeing, and I'm sure that you're going to agree with me now when we see it again, about a quarter of an hour of it at any rate. It's the 1976 European Championship final between Czechoslovakia and West Germany, played in Belgrade. And it was the culmination of a week of truly brilliant football. The Czechs having beaten Holland on the way to this final, the West Germans coming back from 2 goals down against Yugoslavia to get there as well. And it was a match that was shown live on ITV that night. So come with me again now into Yugoslavia's national stadium in Belgrade for Czechoslovakia against West Germany with the Czechs in the dark shirts.
Murder playing a nice little ball back to Andres, doing a Beckenbauer now, coming forward with a lot of venom now, and it's Masny for Czechoslovakia. Good swift challenge though by Dietz. And the Germans get it away again. Oh no, maybe they're not. Masny with a chance now. Schwellig with a great chance. Oh, and a great save by Meyer. Nahoda and Schwellig. Schwellig has scored. Well, all of the Germans' own making. They gave it away there. Masny put it across. Schwellig had a chance. Tremendous piece of goalkeeping here by Meyer. The ball, unluckily for him, wouldn't go out. Comes across the goal again, and Schwellig is there to put it in just by the post. 1-0. The German face is looking worried. Beckenbauer. And Muller coming a long way back. Schwarzenbeck trying his luck away down the left touchline here. With Holzenbein supporting him, here's Muller, back to Schwarzenbeck. Now to Bonhoff. Might well get into a shooting position. That could be dangerous. Fisted up into the air there by Victor. Not away yet by any means. Kapčević tried to get a header to it, couldn't manage it. And the whistle finally goes. A free kick to Czechoslovakia, taken quickly. And here the Germans again with Holzenbein, trying to get Müller on his way. But there was a foul given against the Czechs. A free kick to West Germany. Andres a little surprised by it. So the Czech wall forming. And I've warned you about Bonhoff and his free kicks. The number 7. Well, he loves to curl them. He curls them with a lot of pace as well, but that ball is really only seems about 5 yards away. But he still gets it through, just past the post. Tremendous free kick specialist, Rainer Bonhoff of Mönchengladbach in Germany. Victor hurling himself across there, and there wasn't more than a foot to spare. Here's Beckenbauer coming forward again. The short pass to Uli Hoeneß. Through to Dieter Müller. Hoeneß again. Müller's in there, so too is Beer. Still with Hoeneß. Now is Beer. Now Holzenbein with a clear shot at goal. Oh, and fisted away beautifully again by Victor. Well, Holzenbein had all the time in the world to think of where he was going to put it. And probably he chose exactly the right spot. It was high and away to the goalkeeper's left. And Ivor Victor got up beautifully to tip that away. Dieter Müller is chasing him. He's gone past Schwarzenbeck as well. Brought down and a free kick given. Here's the challenge by Schwarzenbeck. Taking him after the ball had gone. Clearly a free kick. And Goff needing to limp off. But not for long. A free kick then to Czechoslovakia. Beckenbauer's header getting it away. Here's Tobias now, trying to get a shot. A goal! Goal by Tobias! 2-0. Well, out of the blue, that one. Masny's free kick. Beckenbauer heading it away. It didn't really seem a terribly powerful shot, but it beats Meyer all right. 2-0 then to Czechoslovakia. 25 minutes gone. That's the angle again, but we saw it in the original, the shot by Tobias. And really a repeat performance of when the Germans faced Yugoslavia here on Thursday night in the semi-final when they were 2 down and came back to win by 4 goals to 2. Can the Germans find that sort of response tonight? Well, 2 down, and Masny now chasing and looking for another one. Oh, and he came within a foot of finding it. Marian Masny with the Germans all over the place. A tremendous run from deep. Getting in first, showing great acceleration. A lot of skill under pressure as Meyer came out. Just wide of the post. Hoeneß deep. Here's Dietz. Schwarzenbeck. Long ball on the far side to get the Germans going again. Bonhoff's right in there. Good run by Wimmer. Now for Bonhoff. A little chip now for Dieter Müller. And it's 2-1. Well, they are such magnificent competitors. And what about this for a foraging run from Herbert Wimmer? A nice little cross by Bonhoff. And Dieter Müller with so much time to hook it in, which he does superbly to make it 2-1. Bernhard Dietz of Duisburg. Holzenbein. Beer. Müller. Here. Great goalkeeping again by Victor. Beautiful goalkeeping again by that Czech man. Beer right the way through there. Lovely 1-2 played here. Slip back again to Beer. Good work by Victor. Now it's with Jan Moder. Trying to find the rhythm of that opening 25 minutes when they really had the Germans worried with those 2 goals. And Moder really fighting for a chance here. Oh, and it needed a very good save indeed from Meyer to stop the Czechs getting that important 3rd goal. A lovely, wriggling, determined piece of football here by Murder. Holding off one challenge after another, then curling it wide of Beckenbauer. Look at that touch by Meyer. Now Franz Beckenbauer again. Oh, a good ball there. Beautifully played there by Beckenbauer for Dieter Müller. Turn inside again, fisted away once more. Oh, and Hoeneß had a tremendous shot. Beer has a shot. Hoeneß has a shot, and it still won't go in. And Victor pounces on it on the line. He looks calm enough. But my goodness, it couldn't be closer to a goal without the ball actually crossing the line. Hoeneß with a tremendous shot, cannoning off to Bias. Beer got in there. Hoeneß seemed to be running it off the line, and Victor pounced on it in the air. Goff. Oh, he's done well there. Left Hoeneß completely for dead. Now Schwelik, looking for a turn, playing it on the far side there to Masny. There's the little chip coming again to Nehoda. It's the post, I think. Well, that was again very close indeed for the Czechs, and the Germans haven't got it away yet. Panenka with a shot, charged down. Divanik with a shot, over the top. And Nehoda's header hitting that post. And that could so easily have put it 3-1 for the Czechs. Let's look at it again. Masny with a nice little dink cross, actually. Nehoda rising well. Yes, just hitting that post before Meyer got there. Can they hold out for another 60 seconds? A free kick against them as Chloe is brought down. Tobias picks the ball up, throws it away. Beckenbauer, curious with him, looks at the linesman. Flick with the outside of the boot, curling away again. And behind, this time for a corner. So the pressure is still on the Czechs. They felt that that was a goal kick. Whistles everywhere from the crowd and 30 seconds remaining. No time to lose for the Germans. They've got everybody now in the Czech penalty area, bar Beckenbauer. And he's into the back of the net. I think it was Hoeneß who put it there. But in the very, very last seconds, the Germans have got an equaliser. As it came floating in. No, it was Holstenbein's head that finally made the touch. And the final whistle has gone. It was that close to the end. As we see it again in slow motion from the normal angle. Hoeneß was right in there, but in fact it was Holstenbein quite clearly there. And another fantastic escape act by the West Germans is seen here again. Here's Beckenbauer once more. And we should see a lot of that coming forward quickly, playing those little short passes onto the edge of the box, looking for the one played back to him. There's a good ball played out to Bongarts again. Oh, and very nearly there. Victor just pushed it away, and a flying German forward could not quite make the contact. And the Czechs draw breath, look around to consider what might be on. Know that there's a considerable wall facing them. Panenka's right in there. Murder too. And Djurkovic also. It's Panenka's going to shoot. Right through the wall and pushed behind by Meyer. Some applause from Bonhoff, as indeed he needs and deserves it. Well struck, just getting on the edge of that wall, pushed away by Meyer. As the referee looks at his watch, and Beckenbauer taking it up again, right on the end of this first period of extra time, and Victor getting behind the German captain's shot. We're now a matter of 5 seconds, I make it, away from the end of the first period of extra time as the ball comes to the number 7, Panenka, and indeed that is the end of the first period of extra time. The score remaining, Czechoslovakia 2, West Germany 2. We are now a minute and a quarter away from those penalties, with the score still tied at Czechoslovakia 2, West Germany 2. Panenka making no ground at all. It's with Beckenbauer again. I don't think even the Germans can pull it out for a second time right at the end, or can they? Here's Bongarts to Beckenbauer. They've got a lot of white shirts up. Beckenbauer leading them on again. Bongarts letting it run, just touching it on for Hoeneß. Flicked in again there, and Müller with a shot just a yard wide. That really would have settled it all. Beckenbauer again at the head of things. Bongas just nicking it out there for Hoeneß, and his cross met by Dieter Müller. Wide of the goal. And that is the end of extra time. And now, for the first time in a major European competition, we've got penalties, and Holzenbein on the far side is down on his hands and knees, just wondering and worrying. You can see that figure right at the far side in white. That's Holzenbein on the ground, worried about what the penalty situation is going to be. So, Czechs go first. And it's Masny who is going to take it. They've each got to take 5. And there are some players, hardened professionals in that centre circle while you're watching this picture, and Sepp Maier, who can't bear to watch. Masny against Maier. That's 1-0 to Czechoslovakia, and Masny vastly relieved about that. The whistle from the Czechs in the crowd, and the Yugoslavs who want Czechoslovakia to win. Beckenbauer's right back there, but it's Bonov then. And he has scored as well. That's 1-1 on penalties. So, Nehoda for Czechoslovakia against Sepp Maier. And he's whacked it into the back of the net as well. 2-1 to Czechoslovakia. And it's Fleury, the substitute. Left-footed by the look of it against Victor, who's been a hero for so long. He'd be a greater hero now if he could save it. But he can't. And Fleury makes it 2-2. Still, some of those players in the centre circle dare not watch. Ondras dare not miss, and he hasn't missed. 3-2 now to Czechoslovakia. Bongas then, the substitute. What a test for him now. Ball not properly on the line to add to the tension of it all. Czechoslovakia leading 3-2. The European Championship still at stake. And he's headed into the roof of the net to make it 3-3. Well, Jerkovic versus Maier. Whack in the back of the net. 4-3 now to Czechoslovakia. Well, Hoeneß, what on earth could be going through his mind now? He's a fairly level-headed fella. Showing his number to referee Gonella. Victor being told to stand on his line. Hoeneß versus Ivor Victor. He missed it! Hoeneß over the crossbar. Now, Czechoslovakia are 1 kick away from winning the European Championship. Now, Panenka versus Maier. And he scored it, and they've won it! Czechoslovakia are the new European champions. And look at the scenes on the ground. We can only see the crowd, but that's where the excitement is. Czechoslovakia have won it on penalties. After one of the most dramatic European championships that we've had since it started in 1960.
Well, a beautiful game, and what's more, played in beautiful weather. And it makes you think a little bit more about the growing call for summer football, with the season running between March and November here. And I hope that's something that we can discuss maybe in a little more detail in a future programme. Mind you, it's an argument, of course, with so many things for it and against it. But yesterday I spoke to Mr. Ted Croker, the Secretary of the Football Association, and a man with an influential voice in the game. And his view, we must not close our mind to the possibility of summer football, he told me. There are practical difficulties, but we've got to be flexible. And when I asked him if he could see it happening during his working lifetime, he added, I shouldn't be at all surprised. Indeed, there could even be changes in the next few years. I will go as strong as that. I wonder what you think. Maybe you'd like to write to me about it. Should more clubs do what Leicester City have done to get their games on, with a hot air balloon, for example? Or indeed, is there a case for summer football? Whatever the solution, after this particularly bad winter, we can't really go on with this sort of thing.